What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sakina, and I'm back with another review. This is my review for The Real Housewives of Miami. This is season 6, episode 4. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all, because I am behind and I have 2 more videos to film, okay? So the episode opens up with Larsas on the phone with Adriana, inviting her to the basketball charity event. And then we see Dr. Nicole and Anthony, and they're going on a little date night or date day. It's him throwing not necessarily throwing, but putting together some basketball training for Nicole in preparation of the charity event that Larsas is hosting. It's little things like that that get me with considerate men. Like, let's make sure your skills are up to par, but let's make this a date night. Let's learn together. And Nicole was actually way better than Anthony, but you know what? That's just not his skill set, and it is what it is. So she talks about baby number 2 and the conversation that she had with her mom in the last episode, how she's basically prioritizing having another baby and then they'll focus on marriage afterwards. Yes, it's not the standard way of going about getting married, but that is the beauty of having your own relationship. You do whatever works for you and your partner. So we already know that she is pregnant. She said that she doesn't want to have the age gap a little too far in between Grayson and the new baby, even though it's 5 years. And honestly, I feel like 5 years is a big age gap because my niece is 9 and my nephew just turned 5 the other day, and they play together. But at the same time, my niece, she's like, I don't always want to play with my brother, you know, because he is still a little kid. She's a little kid too, but like I said, it's the age gap. So certain things that she's into, he's not into, and he can't do because they're not necessarily in the same age range. So there is going to be some point of Grayson not wanting to hang around his brother because he is older. But yeah, shout out to Anthony and Dr. Nicole. I really do love seeing them together and, you know, just flaunting off their wealth, even though they was keeping it real simple in this scene. So the next thing we see is Adriana getting her piano lessons in for Julia's opera performance. So Julia comes over and she actually has a professional opera singer join her. So, you know, he sings and he does his thing, and Julia is wild, and so it's time for her to do it, and he's telling her, don't be nervous, you know, just let it out. So she's letting it out, and after she sings, it sounds good. But as the opera singer was singing his part, why was Adriana's dog humping him? And it was him letting it happen. Like, get off of me. The dog humped him twice, and he seemed okay with it. Absolutely not. Get your horny dog off of me. I will say, though, Julia sounds better in this scene compared to the first scene that we seen her practicing. That first one was just like, But this one, it was like, okay, I feel like I've seen a little bit of improvement. We see Alexia, Peter, and Frankie. They go to an oxygen treatment appointment. So it's something that's supposed to help the blood flow and the cells of the brain to give Frankie more energy and things of that sort. So she's still working with the, I think it's Moya Foundation. If you watched last season, that you would know that this foundation helps with people with disabilities, you know, gain more independency and things of that nature. So they're still working with the foundation, which is great. She did say that she's seeing a difference in him as far as him using new words and he's more interactive. But then they showed a flashback of her asking him to like pick up some water or something like that, and he wasn't really feeling it. She feels like he's a bit lazy. So when it comes down to this treatment, is supposed to help his energy levels and things. And she said that he was always very energetic and strong before his accident. He was mature as well. And he was kind of like the big brother to Peter, even though there's a 4-year age gap. And so it's all experimental. She was a little reluctant when it comes to it. But there's 24 sessions that he has to go through. So they're seeing improvements already. So hopefully this is something that benefits him. But I know that Alexia is a little nervous, especially with it being experimental. But they get off into a conversation, her and Peter, about Frankie and the accident and how he's not able to express his feelings, but he really feels them. Peter said that it makes him feel like basically don't stress the little things. When he can't find his phone or something, he thinks about Frankie and all that stuff doesn't matter. And I'm sorry. I'm not taking away his feelings about his brother. I'm sure that causes him to be angry, of course. But I call BS. I feel like Peter has displayed an a-hole personality for a very long time. And yeah, I don't want to say it's just because of Frankie's accident. I really feel like it's his entitlement, Alexia spoiling the hell out of him, and just being a wealthy brat. That's what I feel like. And yes, it could definitely be a mix of his brother and seeing him in that condition. Don't get me wrong. I'm not taking away from that. But I feel like that's just his personality. Lisa and the kids head over to Jody's house. Now, I was like, okay, so we know that Jody has been around the kids because he be all up and through the house. But she said that they look at him like Uncle Jody. I said, oh my gosh. Classic shit. Why do people do that? Why do they give or introduce their kids to the love interest as their uncle? Do you know how creepy that is? Because once they start seeing y'all kiss and stuff, then they're going to realize that this ain't sibling shit. Okay? Or just friend stuff. Now, she said that the kids see her with a lot of her gay friends and that they probably think that he's one of her good Judys. Oh my gosh, Lisa, no. Lisa, no, I just really feel like they probably shouldn't have been introduced this soon anyway, because yes, the divorce isn't even final. Logan is still wanting his family to be together. She said that he asks about that all the time. He's very sensitive and family oriented. Girl, you need to slow it down when it comes down to introducing the kids. But I mean, at this point, they already know him, so it is what it is. But she did say that he's very patient with them, reasonable, and all of that. You know, he gifted them some sculptures to paint. I guess he got a unicorn for her daughter and a dinosaur for her son. But he was like, I want the unicorn. So they start painting it together. Did y'all hear him say this unicorn is trash? I don't know why that was so funny to me. But the kids seem to have a good time with Uncle Jody. So the girls are all headed to Larsas charity event. And it's Alexia's birthday. Mind you, they're all getting on the sprinter van together with the exception of Julia and Martina. They're going to meet the ladies there. So Larsa starts to run down what teams the ladies are going to be on. I remember that Kiki is going to be on a team separate from the cast because there's going to be, you know, ball players that are cute and single and all of that. So she basically trying to give Kiki an opportunity to, you know, potentially get her a man. And then the other two groups is a total of 3 groups. So the other 2 groups consist of the cast. Now, I don't know who is on what team. I didn't really pay attention to that too much. But I know Alexia isn't too happy with the team that she has. I'm guessing Adriana might be on her team. So she pulled the birthday card and she went to be on the team with Marcus and Lisa. Who is Lisa? Larsa. Well, there is a Lisa on the cast. But anyway... It was funny to me that Alexia was like, who don't want to be on a team with Jordan and Pippen? Girl, cut it out. So Gertie gets on the sprinter and she's like, I know I have to tell the rest of the girls my situation, but today is not the day. Now isn't the time. And then you have all of the ladies in their confessional saying that they're not going to bring it up. You got Kiki, Lisa, Marisol, Alexia. They're all saying that they're not going to bring up that they know about her diagnosis. And it just made me mad all over again because, yes, Larsa literally did, like the people said, use Gertie's cancer diagnosis as a way to gossip with the ladies. She had no business doing that. And I just really hope that at the reunion, Gertie tears that bitch a new one. So Adriana tells them that she's been eating corn, so she a little gassy. Now, they have an hour of travel time left. They only been on the bus for like 9 minutes. So Marcus was like, all right, let's just stop for a bathroom break. Yeah, because at this point, Adriana, baby, you need to go ahead and handle your business, okay? Because those sprinter vans don't be having no windows open and all of that. Girl, no. So they go to the bathroom and Marisol and Alexia are talking. And Marisol's like, oh my gosh, she's like passing gas. She's flatulent. And Adriana is on the other side of the door listening to them. And she was like, I heard you guys and blah, blah, blah. So they're getting back on the bus. And Adriana's like, I can't believe that they're so two-faced. Girl, they didn't say anything out of order. They was just saying that you was gassy. And nobody want to smell that. They weren't talking about you. They weren't saying that you're a nasty person, that you blah, blah, blah. They were just stating what you said, that you're gassy. And they don't want to smell it. And they're well within their right. And you got me defending them. But girl, they ain't say nothing wrong. But it was Kiki talking about, I'm classy. I don't want to hear nobody passing gas. But Bravo quickly reminded us that sis definitely pissed on the beach with her dress on last season. Girl. Now, Adriana is feeling... Do y'all hear my dog? That's my dog, y'all. Wait. That's the dog. Y'all, that was my dog. The ambulance was just riding by. And he started howling. He let out 2 howls. I don't know if y'all can hear that because he's in the living room. But that was weird. But anyway, yeah, so Adriana is feeling some type of way and saying that she doesn't think that her and Marisa needs to be on the same team. But Marisa is paying her that's like, girl, please, it's Alexia's birthday. Like, can we not do this? And it's like, it feels like Adriana really likes to start stuff with them. Because if y'all have had a new horizon, then why are you constantly trying to pick at them? No, they were not after you in the bathroom. You just let your insecurities with y'all's friendship just run wild. You try to make up with Alexia, and then under the same breath, you telling Kiki in them that you feel like she thinks that she's better than y'all, blah, blah, blah. You really don't want to make amends with these women. And in the spirit of passing gas, Alexia has sent Larsa a dual toilet. Basically, like a toilet that allows you to see your partner while y'all are using the bathroom together. And she was like, yeah, because I, number 1 and number 2 in front of Todd. And they all squirming and stuff like that. But, I mean, if you're in a relationship with somebody uncomfortable with them, that's not an odd thing. Yeah, people do that. Now, am I to the point of doing that? I am not. But I don't look at stuff like that weirdly because it just is what it is. It's supposed to be for Larsa's separation anxiety. If Larsa goes and gets a double toilet, then I know something. Alexia feels like she needs to clear up the air when it comes down to her and Todd yet again. She was like, yeah, after the New Horizons party, Todd ran into a few of y'all downstairs. And, at Larsas' party, he gave the reasoning of why he didn't show up is because somebody in particular was talking about the family, yada, yada, yada. So Adriana was like, girl, who? Like, put it on the table because if it's not Nicole, then that's only me and Julia left. So who is it? And she was like, well, yeah, it's actually you. Adriana thought that was mighty funny that Todd seemingly has an issue with her. But when they ran into each other after the New Horizons party, when she went to apologize to him if he hurt her inadvertently, he said he doesn't have an issue with her, and it's in fact their marriage. So Adriana saying everything that she had told, the girls, what was that, last episode or so about Todd? And Lisa backed her up on it and was like, yeah, that is what he said. He never said that he had an issue with her. And Lisa was like, one is full of gas with Adriana, and Todd is full of shit. Because he is. And I knew that's the reason why Lisa was looking at him crazy at Lars's party. Because that's not the story that she heard from his mouth. And then Marisol, she always got to put her cape on when it comes down to Alexia. She back to being her minion. Talking about, of course, he's not going to go back and forth with you. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Todd is very confrontational. He does not care. Okay. He went at it with Anthony and Nicole. Why would Adriana be any different? He said what he said about the marriage. And I mean, y'all filming together, Alexia and Todd filming together, it showed that there was clearly some issues within the marriage. And her constantly bringing it up and trying to reassure everybody that they're not getting a divorce is a clear indicator too. So as Adriana and Marisol are going back and forth, Marisol seizes the opportunity to bring up that whole ex thing. You tried to F my ex and throw it in my face. Girl, as a non-legal married woman, why are you still bringing up this ex, girl? You have moved on to the next. Please get over it. I mean, yes, Adriana was saying that, and it probably did sting a little bit, but girl, that man is a non-factor at this point. Keep it pushing, but the fact that you're still holding on to this says a lot. So Marisa and Adriana, they still going back and forth. You know, Marisa thinks that Adriana wants her life and says that Adriana is a snake who eats her own tail, and Marisa is happy. Marisa, you give me more depressed. A depressed person that is drowning in alcohol. But outside of that, Alexia now decides to jump in and was like, well, what's all that ish that you were talking before you came to my party, saying that, you know, basically she's only with Todd for the money. And then she goes and calls Adriana jealous and says that Adriana wants her life. I do feel like there is a bit of jealousy when it comes down to it, because like I said, Adriana does want somebody to take care of her. She wants a partner, X, Y, and Z, because she came from a relationship that was the same way. And now she's looking out for herself, and I feel like she's under a lot of stress because of that. But, yeah. So then Alexia was like, wait until you see the gifts that Todd got me. Girl, listen. This is a mess, because at the end of the day, you got the husbands on the car. Well, some of the husbands in the car. The other girls are in the midst of all of this, and they don't want no parts of it. It's crazy. So now they're at the charity event, and they go back into the locker room like it's a legit situation. So they put on their jerseys and stuff, and Adriana is isolated. So Lisa is defending her like she's by herself. You know, like, that's not right. And Dr. Nicole is like, come on, this is a charity event. Let's think about the kids who are really struggling with illness. And then in her confessional, she was like, you know, you got Gertie who is, you know, basically fighting for her life. Like, come on, this thing is bigger than this little ass argument that they're having. So Julia gets there, and Adriana gives her the rundown of what happened on the van. And she was like, I feel like I don't want I don't want Alexia and Marisa at the F Cancer event that Julia is having. It's actually being hosted at Adriana's house. So she doesn't want those women in her house who don't like her. And I'm not mad at her for that. But really, y'all don't fool with me. I don't want y'all in my house unless Julia decides to have this event elsewhere. Then yeah, baby, y'all just can't come, and that's just that on that. But I also was with Marisa when she was like, Adriana was just looking for one thing, like one little hole to jump through and start something with them. I do believe that too, even though I feel like Marisa, you couldn't wait for an opening to bring up that boyfriend. So really, y'all one and the same. But Gertie doesn't have this to do. You know, after her diagnosis, she just feels like there's some things that she just won't deal with. She's fighting for her life right now, and some of this stuff is just very minute compared to what she's going through. The charity event has started. You know, the teams are playing. All the girls suck, okay? None of them seem to know their way around the basketball court. And you know, it is what it is. So far, Julia is the only one that has actually scored a point. Meanwhile, Marisa and Adriana both busted their asses. So Julia and Adriana, they're having a conversation about Marisa and Alexia not going to the F Cancer event. Now, Julia is like, Marisa, I get. But Alexia, I wouldn't exclude her. And I guess she was just speaking from her point of, you know, if it was her event hosted at her home or whatever the case may be. You know, her and Alexia, they're forming a new relationship. So she wants Alexia there. She don't really too much care for Marisa, so she can go without her. Adriana's feeling some type of way because this is her best friend, and she feels like her best friend isn't backing her. But you also have to understand that it is her event. And though it is hosted at your house, she is going to want certain people there. But like I said, I do agree with Adriana in a sense of not wanting Marisa and Alexia at her house because they don't fool with her. But also because she don't fool with them because they constantly argue. So it's like a tug and pull. But, I mean, it seems like Adriana might just let Alexia come. So all the ladies go to the back to the locker room, and Todd surprises Alexia with a birthday cake. So everybody sings happy birthday with the exception of Adriana, who was in the bathroom fixing her hair. She said she ain't got that to do. She don't fool with Alexia anyway. So, I mean, yeah, be where you at. So then Todd was like, well, she comes back. Adriana comes back after they get done singing. And she's actually talking to Anthony and was like, you have silent luxury. Meaning he has class and basically he's not showboating. So then Todd was like, Alexia, I need you to, get that for me. And whatever that was a birthday bag. And it was actually a watch, a his and hers watch that matches his. Alexia said that she didn't know what Todd was going to give her for her birthday, but she did bring it up to Adriana on the Sprinter van to piss her off. So Adriana is on the side and she's like, yeah, definitely was doing that for attention. And she told Anthony this is, basically loud luxury. She's braggadocious. But to me, I didn't mind this moment right here because it's not uncommon for people to do that. It's very common for people to open birthday gifts from their significant other in front of everybody. So it's like, Adriana was giving a little hateration and holleration in the dancery. But, I was on her side when she was like, baby, take this in while you can. Accept that watch because time is ticking and y'all got trouble in paradise. I said, oh, she got you together with that one, Alexia. Anyway, that was the end of the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about it. Let's get down in the comments and talk. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.